single, and a family rate would be about $120 to $140, and that's what I call throwaway money. So you're paying that premium for that dental plan. Here you're paying just actual claims. And then the next report is just when we get, this is your dental, so this, when we get in the claims, this just shows you over at the right-hand side in descending order, your dental basic services. We received in 45 claims. Total charges, the allowable charge, what was paid by the employee and what was paid by the plan. So January through September, we paid $21,392.99 in dental claims. And then the next reporting is the medical. And you'll see prescriptions as the top benefit. It's usually for sure in the top three, if not the top benefit on prescription claims. Again, we received in 310 claims and paid out $46,515.72. Now it shows paid by employee zero. They pay that copay at the point of service, so that's not reflected on the reimbursement here. And then the next one is hospital emergency rooms, which you had 19 hospital emergency rooms. But the emergency room visits I always look at to find out we've had people use emergency rooms for toothaches, but everything on the 19 emergency room claims that you've had have been legitimate claims. And being up here, it isn't like you have urgent care down the street. So that was the number 2, and then outpatient hospital facilities and doctor's office visits, we had 116, but that just pays in descending order.
When you say legitimate claims, that means what?
Sometimes we see people use emergency rooms, like I said, for a toothache or an earache. So, I mean, these were things that probably could not wait till morning or in the evening, where people used maybe for heart or, so it isn't like people abused the emergency room versus the doctor's office visit. And so the total claims with medical and dental is on page 3. So with medical and dental, January through September, we paid out $128,733.79 in claims. And then the next reporting is the providers that we paid the claims to. So the first one is how we code them in when they come in. And the second one is who we paid the claims to on the providers. Okay, and then behind the third tab is the prescriptions. We utilize Servue as our pharmacy business manager, what I call our PBM. And they're the ones that when you go to the pharmacy and the employees present both cards, that this allows them just to pay the copay up front, and it's ran through Servue, and that is behind the third tab. Yep.
Okay.
And then I always go to the second report where it has the pie graphs, because currently, your generic utilization, I look at it, you have a $10 copay for generics. And what I like to look at here is your generic utilization is at 92%, which is excellent. That means that people are getting generics filled when available. So, which Blue Cross and Blue Shield does, and we will have that in the employee open enrollment packets. They have it's called Measure Way, and I don't know that I brought any material on that. In trying to control prescription costs, because you saw that was at the top of the list, one thing that Blue Cross and Blue Shield is doing is that when the employee goes to, or the member goes to the pharmacy, once they insert that Blue Cross and Blue Shield card, it's gonna go out and look to find out, do you have, is there, well, number one, they're gonna make mandatory, generic if there's a generic available. Number two, if somebody's on a specialty medication and they need to look for a copay card, right now, we can go on and we help our insureds, whether we look at GoodRx, or find a place where we can get a copay card or a discount card for some of these specialty medications. That's going to be automatic now with the Blue Cross and Blue Shield card. So I'm excited to see how that works.
So the individual don't have to ask for that, let's say that RX card or whatever it was that they advertise? You guys look for it?
It's supposed to be automatic with Blue Cross. I know they had that turned on for a couple months, and then they ended up turning it off and trying to get some of the bugs worked out of it, but it's supposed to go live January 1. So I'm very excited to see how that's gonna, we have a couple of people that's gonna be my guinea pigs. So we can make sure that everything goes through, but that is supposed to be automatic with that Blue Cross card, which will help if anybody's on any kind of a specialty medication or something to where they can get the copay or the discount card. So it'll benefit the member at the point of service. And then I just have a copy of what your current benefits are, which we went through. Everything's on a calendar year. So the $1,000 deductible plan, and then the 80/20 to 1,500 with the copays, and then the prescription drugs.
And that starts with the beginning of the year?
January 1, is when everybody starts their out-of-pocket over again. And then down here at the bottom, we have that $63.50. This is for 2022, but we'll change that umbrella policy to list and have the information on that new $7,000 deductible plan for the employer plan. And then the advanced life, that you have for the life insurance, and it's going up a penny on your basic term life. So it's going from 0.40 per thousand to 0.41. And then the accidental death and dismemberment has no change, so very small change there also. Questions?
Are we still gonna have a $1,000 deductible with Freedom Claims?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not looking at, on this first page here, with the Blue Cross and Blue Shield going up the 1.78%. I do not see that there's any changes that needs to be made to the Freedom Choice plan. You can continue with the same funding, the same premium, actually a little bit less funding, because what you'll do, this 1.78%, will be absorbed by the reserves. So even though projecting for 2023, we're projecting that you'll be funded at 89.99, 90%.
Okay.
And that would be no changes to the employees, unless you're wanting to look at some alternatives, but still keeping that $1,000 deductible with those lesser copays.
That's good.
So is there something that I haven't provided today that you would like to see that we can get to you? Scott, do you have any questions? Okay.
I don't.
I know on our end, things are going very smooth. So the only thing that we would need, going forward is the Blue Cross renewal signed. And if you don't want to make any changes, then we can get started on the employee packets and schedule an open enrollment date.
I have Katie.
Oh, okay.
Present
Okay,
sometime, so
okay.
that's the only, just to see what they can do.
Now, I know on some of the level funded plans, just something to look at, or, if you get it in, and I would be happy to, take a look at it to see, do a comparison to make sure that we're comparing apples to apples. But I do know that there's some two-card systems out there to where the employer does not keep the reserves. So that's something to keep in mind when looking at other options, is to make sure that those reserves are building for you. Okay? All right. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good seeing you. Happy holidays to you.
Yes.
Yeah, we won't be seeing you for a while, I guess, so.
Yeah, well, hopefully sooner than later, so.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
You
Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you. Good to see you. You too. Thank you.
Push you. Good seeing you. Thanks for having us.
Yes. Good seeing you. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So we have life insurance on all the employees? And that's true or what?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it's 20,000.
Wow. Why stay alive?
Hey, man.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, Amanda.
Hello?
I'm just, real quick to let you know, I'm scheduled to take a class in Hayes on the 17th and 18th of November. That being said, back the last week of August, I was scheduled for a class in Topeka. They postponed it to the first week in September. It didn't work with my schedule. I had to cancel it. I was scheduled for a class the last week of September. They had to postpone it to the first week of October, and they offered it virtual, so I did take that one from here and didn't have to travel. But I was signed up for a workshop the 4th and 5th of October, and I had to cancel that because I couldn't be two places at once. So that being said, I'm scheduled for the 17th and 18th. Whether or not it is the 17th and 18th, I don't know. Seems like they just keep having to shuffle things around. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I may or may not be in Hayes sometime around the 17th and 18th of November. So
Okay.
that's all I have.
All right,
all
thanks.
you
Yep.
Amanda. Have a good day.
You too. Yep.
Going fast here.
We can get Dan here early, we can watch the spook parade.
Yeah, the Bird City has theirs this afternoon, I think.
Cody is hopefully gonna be here by the end of the meeting. He's got something going on. Do you want to take a break?
5-minute break or whatever.
I texted Dan, so.
I can get Dave up here too.